Ever wish you could just walk into work and leave everything else behind? Like totally, completely behind?
Well, in the world of Severance, that's not just a wish, it's a reality, sort of.
This show really takes that idea to a whole other level, and it's gotten a ton of attention.
For good reason. The series has 2 seasons out already, and it all revolves around this company, Lumon Industries.
And their severance procedure, right?
Right. It surgically divides their employees' memories. It's like they create this whole work persona, the innie, with no connection to their outside life, the outie.
And that's where we meet Mark Scout.
Played by Adam Scott.
He's leading a team in macro data refinement, which even inside Lumon is kind of this big mystery.
Oh, absolutely. And outside Lumon, his outie Mark is dealing with the loss of his wife.
But his innie, he has no idea. He's just focused on work.
A perfect employee.
In a way. But there are so many other characters that really pull you in. Like Heliar, she's new and she hates the severance procedure.
She is constantly trying to break free from this whole manufactured reality they've created.
Then you've got Dylan. He seems like a pretty happy-go-lucky guy at first.
But as the story unfolds, you start to question his motives.
Definitely. And then there's Irving. He's fascinated by all the secrets at Lumon.
And he ends up forming this really unexpected bond with Bert, who works in a different department.
Don't forget the characters who aren't severed, like Miss Casey, the wellness counselor.
And Harmony Cobell, she's the one who keeps a very close eye on everything happening on the severed floor.
She's a little creepy.
Oh, for sure. But every single character, whether they're an innie or an outie, they're all so well developed.
Which adds so much to the whole story.
Absolutely. And you know what's really fascinating about Severance is how it takes this unique premise and uses it to explore these really big ideas.
Like corporate control, right?
Yeah, like how much power a company can have over its workers, especially when you think about these severed employees.
They have absolutely no idea about their lives outside those walls.
Lumon basically controls every single aspect of their work lives.
Which makes you think about how much of ourselves we give to our jobs in our own lives, you know?
Definitely. It really makes you question that whole work-life balance thing.
Maybe not to the same extreme, but still.
Right. And the series also delves into some pretty deep questions about consciousness and memory. Like, what happens if you sever those connections? Are you even still a whole person?
Those are some heavy questions, and they really make you think about the potential consequences of technology like this.
The ethical implications are huge.
And what about the value we put on our memories?
And here's a fun fact about the show. The way it looks, the aesthetic, it's actually a mix of different corporate styles from like the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
It creates this kind of timeless feeling, which I think reflects what the innies experience, kind of disorienting.
I know, and they even went so far as to use actual vintage computers on set.
Really?
Yeah, with the functional trackballs and everything.
Wow. It's all these little details that really add to that unsettling vibe of the show.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of unsettling, we have to talk about the director, Ben Stiller.
I know, you wouldn't really expect him to direct something like this given his comedy background, but he does an incredible job.
He really does. He captures the dark humor, the suspense, the tension.
It's masterfully done. One review that really stood out to us compared Severance to, get this, a mix of Metropolis.
The silent film from 1927.
And The Truman Show. Kind of a wild combination, right?
Yeah. But it makes sense when you think about the themes.
Control, manufactured realities.
Metropolis paints this picture of a dystopian future.
Where the workers are stuck in this oppressive underground city.
Yeah, it's all about the stark class divide.
And then you've got The Truman Show, where the main character's whole life
is basically a reality TV show.
And he has no clue.
Someone's always watching, controlling every single moment.
The reviewer saw some connections there with how Lumon treats its severed employees.
Shaping their reality on that severed floor.
Like puppets.
It really makes you question how much control we have over our own lives.
Especially when you think about powerful institutions.
Or technology, for that matter.
But what makes Severance so good is that it tackles all these big ideas.
While still being so engaging.
The writing is fantastic, and the pacing is perfect, not to mention the acting.
It's top-notch, and you never really know what's going to happen next.
Every episode leaves you wanting more.
Trying to figure out Lumon and what they're really up to.
It's a credit to the creators that they can handle these complex themes.
And still find moments for dark humor.
And genuine emotion, too. You're really connected to these characters.
Their relationships, both inside and outside Lumon, add another layer to the story.
And they make it feel real.
The series has won a lot of awards, too.
Emmys? Even a Peabody Award.
It's clearly hitting a nerve with both audiences and critics.
Which makes sense. It speaks to our anxieties about work.
Technology, the potential for things to go wrong.
When work life and personal life get blurred together,
It's a show that stays with you,
you keep thinking about it even after you've finished watching.
making you consider the choices we make in our own lives.
The compromises we're willing to accept
If you're looking for something that'll challenge you,
make you think about the bigger picture.
Severance is definitely worth your time.
You can watch both seasons on Prime Video.
And if you don't have Prime Video,
There's a link in the description for a free 30-day trial.
it's a great way to explore all the content they have,
We highly recommend checking out Severance.
especially if you're into shows like Black Mirror.
The ones that make you think, you know?
This show really makes you wonder, would separating work and personal life completely be amazing?
Or totally terrifying.
What would the consequences be?
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
We'd love to hear what you think.
At the end of the day, Severance is really asking us, what does it even mean to be human?
In a world where technology is blurring the lines more and more,
Between our personal lives and our work lives.
it's like the show's giving us this scary but possible future
And it makes us think about what we might have to give up.
in the name of progress and efficiency, right?
But even with all the darkness, the corporate control, and the manipulation,
Severance still shows us the strength of the human spirit.
these characters, they're up against so much.
But they find ways to connect, to fight back, to find meaning,
It reminds us how important it is to have those connections,
to have our memories, to have control over our own lives.
to be able to discover who we really are.
So if you're ready for a show that's going to challenge you,
And visually, it is absolutely stunning.
we definitely recommend giving Severance a try.
You can stream both seasons on Prime Video.
And if you haven't tried Prime Video yet,
There's a link in the description for a 30-day free trial.
we'd love to hear what you think about Severance, so leave your comments below.
What part stood out to you? What questions did it make you ask about your own life?
Your relationship with work, with technology, with who you are.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Severance.
We'll see you next time.